Hello, my friend. Today I thought I'd do something really fun and different. I started this channel in 2012, so in April I will have been on YouTube for 8 years on this channel. And before that I had a different channel. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. So what I decided I was gonna do is I was gonna go back to my very first tutorial and try to follow it, but then at the same time kind of try to improve on it and show you the things that I've changed in the last 8 years as far as my application and maybe what I've kept the same. So if that sounds interesting to you, hang tight. We're getting into it right now. All right, so I'm not even gonna blab and blab and blab, and let's just go ahead and get into the video. All right, let's press play. Hello, my friends. So, can you believe it? 2 videos in 1 week. Say, what? Am I single without kids again? What is going on here? So I look cute. I think I look really cute, honestly. Like, I look cute, but I'm very, very yellow. And that had to do with my bad home lighting. Like, I had no natural light in that house. And I think I was filming on like an iPhone 3 or something, like ancient old iPhone. I know I was filming on my phone though. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's keep going. I got my first video request, and it doesn't matter. That's from somebody I know outside of YouTube. It doesn't matter that I only have 9 subscribers. I'll get there. I'll get there again. I'll get back up to 3,000 subscribers again. I will. Okay, I got up to 3,000 subscribers again. So when I filmed this in August of 2012, I had 9 subscribers. This was my 5th video, and this video currently is sitting at 470 views. So I had a channel previously called jenluvsreviews. It's still alive, it's inactive, and I had gotten up to 3,000 subscribers, and I was super, super proud of that. So I was like hoping that some of my subscribers from that channel would come over, but then when I announced it, I don't know if I announced it before this or after, but not a lot of my subscribers from that channel made it over, so it took me a while to get my subscribers back. I'll get there. So I got my first request for a video, and my request was from my friend Kathleen, and she said, can you do a tutorial on how you did your makeup in the last video? And I was like, sure, Kathleen, of course I'll do a video on how I did my makeup. Yes! I was so extra. So extra. Way too extra. Like, I think I was just trying to like be extra animated because that's the way I was on my old channel, and it's a little too much. Basically what I'm gonna show you is a natural eye that you can do, but you can use any colors you want. I'm gonna show you this in stages. Now this that I have on here is the most eyeshadow. So I'm gonna show you how to make it light, and then a little darker, and then a little darker, and then maybe even a little darker than that. Okay, so it's a good concept, you know, and I still do that. I still do that. I just do a little differently, I think. And how to get this look. A big trick to this eyeshadow is please, this is it. This is the thing. Don't start on your lid too dark. If you have darker skin, you are lucky because you have more options. If you have lighter skin like me, you gotta start off light on your lid. And that makes sense because you want the highlight, you want your lid to pop out. That was my knowledge of my eyes back then, is I wanted my lids to pop. And I still do. I still like a lighter lid. That hasn't changed. Then you have nowhere to go. If you start off too dark, you have nowhere to go. Well, and you gotta and your eye ends up looking like somebody punched you in the face, and it's just... When I did it, it made me look like I got punched in the face. But people that actually know what they're doing can make that actually look really pretty. It's not cool, so start off really, really light on your lid. So you need eyeshadow that is 1 shade lighter than your skin. Let's start getting our eyeshadow together. So 1 shade lighter than my skin. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pick this guy because I'm gonna improve on what I did. So what I would normally have done then is taken a matte shade, 1 shade lighter than my skin, but I think I'm gonna use this guy. This is Sydney Grace's Blondie. I very much prefer now to do a shimmer all over my lid, where back then I did matte. So we're gonna go with that shade for that first one. You need an eyeshadow that is like a couple shades darker for your crease. A couple shades darker, okay. I kind of wanted to use this Ofra palette. This is new. This actually comes out today if I release this on the day that I hope I release it on. This is the Signature Galaxy palette. I think I might, this is so different from what I used in the video. I don't think I'm gonna use that. I think what I'll do is I'll use the Amrezy palette because I haven't showed you me using the Amrezy palette yet. So we'll use like either New Yorker or OG. we'll use one of those for the shade a couple shades deeper than my skin.
And then you need an eyeshadow that's a couple shades darker than that for your outer corner, okay?
Okay, a couple shades darker than that. Then we'll use 1988 for that.
Then you might even want one that's a little bit darker to even darken out that outer corner just a little bit more, make it a little more smoky.
Okay, so if I want to make it even darker, I can do Yugo over here. I do want to mention how much I love this shade Barb though. I don't know, maybe we'll just stick with the Emery's palette and not use this, just because. So let's do Barb, because Barb is one of my favorite current shades in life. So maybe we'll use Barb as our lid shade.
Like you can do this. This is the same routine I do every single day. I just use different colors. So like I already know what I'm doing. I don't have to worry about fumbling around in the morning like, I don't even know what I feel like doing. Oh, where's my coffee? Like I know what I'm doing.
I was teaching full-time back then, so there were lots of mornings like that.
I just have to figure out what color I'm going to use, and that really is dictated by what I'm wearing. Oh, you know, it'd be really pretty. Do like a light pink or a light green.
Okay, I'm gonna skip this part because I just go on and on and on about different color combinations, and it is so incredibly boring.
Do it. And when you do it, put a comment below. Tell me you did it and how awesome it was. And I hope you like.
Comment down below. So if you look down underneath this video right now, there's 8 total comments. And when this video went live, there were my friend Rashida from my old channel 7 years ago, someone named Coney, which was 7 years ago, and then a guy that I did a collab with on my old channel. His name is Scooter. Scooter X was his name. He had changed it to Scooter Colombo, I guess. So there ended up being 3 comments, and not a single one said that they did this long.
Yay, here it comes. I'm going to use my Naked 2 palette, but I cannot stress to you enough how you do not need a Naked 2 palette to do this. You just need the colors that I explained.
So my idea is that, you know, a Naked 2 was like luxury makeup. Like that was so expensive for me. And I knew how expensive it was going to be for other people, and I didn't want people to be discouraged. So that's why I was stressing that.
As long as you have those colors, you're good. What we want to do, I'm going to go into Booty Call. I know, I love these names. Booty Call is a shade that's a shade lighter than my skin. So I'm going to go ahead and just pat this with the biggest.
That is a giant brush.
Set, but you can use any.
And look how close I'm holding it up to the ferrule. Like I was trying to get a dense application, and I probably was going to get that from like holding it that close up, but I held all my brushes way up there. You'll see. Look how this is like, it's so yellow. It's so yellow.
So here's Booty Call. Yeah, there's Booty Call. There's YDK. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with my third color. Is going to be this one here, which is called Busted.
You know what I just realized? I did not use an eyeshadow primer. I don't think I used eyeshadow primer back then. I don't think I knew eyeshadow primer existed. So I'm going to use my Urban Decay in Eden real quick and prime my lids. So now I'm going to go ahead and take Barb, and I'm going to use my finger, and I'm going to pat this all over my lid because that's what I do now. I don't use brushes usually for my lid shades anymore. And look how far eyeshadows have come as far as the complexity. Oh my gosh. I would have died back then over the shade. The shade is so incredibly beautiful. There was a shade called Falcor by a brand called Geek Chic Cosmetics that I had, and oh my gosh, this reminds me of that so much.
Not necessary to have a naked palette. Don't worry about that. Don't stress out over that. It's not necessary. Okay, so here's my YDK, and I'm gonna just kind of.
That brush is huge.
My eyeball rounds out.
So instead of using that big, huge angled brush, I would use something like this. More recently after my Makeup Geek video, before I was using my E40 from Sigma. I'm not doing that anymore because I've learned that that fails. But the purpose of that was for me to try to do things quickly. I'm always trying to do things faster, and sometimes it's just not better. Faster is not better. So we're gonna use this more defined one. This one is a Juvia's Place brush. It's their blending brush. And I'm gonna use the shade New Yorker. Like that, and that's the shade I'm going to put in my crease.
I'm going to just kind of open my eye a little bit and just kind of go back and forth where my eyeball rounds out.
No, I don't do that anymore. So I learned that for my eye shape, I don't know if this works for you or not, but this works for me. I learned this from Bailey Sarian, is what I do is I go this way and I go across, and I try to concentrate it more on the outer corner. Also, look how close I'm holding it to the ferrule. I don't do that anymore. I hold it way, way back, because that way you get a softer application and you can always build it up more. That's something that I've learned. And I definitely don't go on like the socket like that, because it brings the eye downward. Going straight across and not darkening down here really lifts the whole eye up. Okay, I think that I then did the one that was a little bit deeper and went like this. We're just gonna go in with 1998, and I'm actually gonna use a slightly smaller brush. I'm gonna use this one right here. Oh gosh, should I use that one? This is where I still have learning to do, in that I'm trying to find brushes that are like this, but smaller, and it's hard to find the exact right shape. So like, I've got pointed ones that are like this, but this is too fluffy. So I think what I'm gonna do, I think I'm just gonna use this guy right here. Profusion sent these to me. This is the Small Firm Eyeshadow, and I'm gonna use that in 1998, and I'm gonna focus that in my crease and out, and then blend it out a bit. And you see, I'm not going in the inner corner because I don't want to darken the inner corner. But back then, I just darkened the whole thing evenly. And now I'm going to take the brush that I used for the first color and blend those two together. I didn't add any extra product. I think when you start off using like really inexpensive, really bad drugstore products, I think there's always that fear of blending and then blending everything away and just completely getting rid of everything that you used. But if you use, whether it's from drugstore or more expensive or whatever, if you use better quality shadows, you don't have to worry about that as much. And I think that was always my concern when I first started. And I've got way too much glitter up here. That's a fail, but you know, whatever. We're just having fun. Maybe putting that lid on after would have been a better choice. Let's see what I do next.
Now I'm gonna go back with my big brush, my lid brush, and I'm gonna take Bust It. I'm gonna just tap it right in the corner there and kind of blend.
See, this is me trying to get a lot of product on very quickly, which it does do that, but it doesn't end up being a great look. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use the deeper shade, which is this Yugo shade, and I'm going to bring that just in the outer corner just a little bit and kind of triangle it up that way so that I have more control over where the color is instead of just stamping it haphazardly in the corner. It's a nice thought, but... And sometimes when I do this, I do bring it onto my lid a little bit, which maybe I'll do a little bit. Maybe I'll bring a little bit onto the lid, but not into the outer corner, because then I end up deepening it and pulling my lid down too much, and I don't want that. So I am gonna bring a little onto the outer corner so that it's a little more matchy to what I was doing back then. A little bit of blending there, just to make sure. All right, let's keep going.
It still looks a little chunky, but that's okay, because we're gonna fix it. Okay, then I take
That's always my attitude. It's okay.
Brush.
We're gonna fix it.
And I'm gonna go in with Foxy, which is a shade, it's still a shade lighter than my skin, but it's important to know that it shouldn't be shimmer. At least in my opinion, I think shimmer up here looks really, really weird. So like a matte shimmer.
And now people will put a little bit of shimmer underneath the brow. I never really liked that look much. I tried it for a little while. I never really liked it on me, but it does look really pretty on some people.
Shade that's like a shade lighter than your skin. So this is Foxy, that's a shade lighter than my skin. I'm gonna go bloop, 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 just to kind of give me a nice highlight there and blend this color out. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, and then if you want to end it there, you can.
Okay, let's try it. So there's no matte cream shade in here. There's like a satiny cream shade here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back into my Sydney Grace shadows. Okay, so we're gonna dip into that Summer Magic shade. This is by Sydney Grace, just a matte cream. And I do still do this where I blend out my brow bone a little bit. Sometimes it can make, if I deepen my color a little too much, it can make it a little bit lighter so that it's not so, adds a little more contrast. You see, my brows are definitely way more done back then. I used to get my brows done regularly back then, and now I'm just cheap and I don't do that. I just give a little tweeze every once in a while now.
Because I want to darken a little bit, I'm going to take it a step up. I'm going to use Busted, and I'm going to go in, and I'm just going to go all through it again with Busted.
Okay, so what I did was I actually kind of already did this, kind of pulled that darker shade further into the crease, so I did that kind of wrong. I can't follow my own singing tutorial. So I brought it would have been this shade all the way across, which I kind of already did. I can put a little bit more. I can do that a little more. So I'm gonna take this little one from Profusion. This is their small firm eyeshadow. And I'm just gonna pull that just a little further. Whoa, okay, all right. That was a little too much product. Definitely need to blend that. Okay, it deepened it up a little bit. Looks pretty good. I'm still really, really not a fan of how much that barb shade transferred up onto my brow bone. Oops.
Instead of just in that corner. So you can stop there. If you want to make that be it for the eyeshadow, you can stop there. Or you can take a step further, and I'm going to go in with this black called Blackout. Now be careful with other brands of black, might be a little too much. This brand of black happens to work really well for blending, so it's fine for this, but you might want.
Okay, do you see how I'm bringing it on that lower lash line? I'm about to just bring my whole look downward. So what I would do now if I was gonna add black, and there is a black in here that we can use, it's called BK. I'm going to use this is by Ulta. This is a small eyeshadow brush. I got this forever ago. And what I would do now if I was gonna add black is just put it right in the corner there and just keep it on the lid rather than putting it too far into the outer corner, and then just bringing it upward this way rather than out that way. And then that way I'm not dragging the whole look down. And then something I wouldn't have done back then is to blend this. All right, we're coming out with a pretty good look here. It's not so bad.
You want to be careful if you're using a different brand of black. It might not blend as nicely as this. Okay, and then I'm going to take my blending brush that dropped. Hold on a second. Take my blending brush, and I'm going to just blend that out a little bit.
Oh, I did blend it. Good for you, Jen. Good for you.
See? And now they match. Woohoo! This is something I got into doing because I feel like it really makes my eyelashes look fuller, is I take a black, because my hair is dark, I take a black eyeliner pencil and I go like this. Oop, I missed.
I was tightlining. I didn't know what it was called. I'm sure I saw somebody do it and I didn't know what it was called. And then I popped it onto my lid by accident. I can't even remember the last time I tightlined. Do you tightline? I haven't done that in forever. I don't know why I stopped doing it. It doesn't look bad. It looks good. Should I try to I don't even think I have any eyeliner pencils anymore. Got rid of all my eyeliner pencils. Do have one. I have one. This one is a collab one. It's in the shade Drama Queen. What shade is this? Oh, it's a black. It's a black. Let's do it. Let's tightline. I haven't done this in forever. Oh my gosh. Oh, that feels weird. I'm not very good at this. This is very tickly. I don't like this. No wonder I stopped. I accidentally went up on my lid a little bit, but I'll cover that up with regular eyeliner in a minute. Woo! That felt weird.
I missed. If you get it fast enough, it won't be done.
See, I didn't even care about wiping off my shadow because it was so non-existent looking.
Okay.
My eyeballs rolling back in my head.
Waterline. And it makes, see how much difference that makes?
Top waterline.
And then I take this and just kind of make it in the corner just a little bit.
See, I don't do this kind anymore. I just use eyeshadow now. And people get on me all the time because they're like, aren't you worried about getting the eyeshadow in your eye? And I'm like, no. Because I don't know. I'm like hardcore like that, I guess. I don't know. But we're going to use the shade You Go. I'm going to put that on my lower lash line because that's what I would do now. And I can see some of the tight line is transferring down to my lower lash line, which is not something that I would normally like very much at all. I feel like this isn't blended. I'm gonna blend a little more. I'm actually gonna go a little bit into the shade New Yorker, and I'm gonna try to bring some of that back because I feel like I lost some of that in blending, and I wanna make sure it's still there. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back into the cream shade, the Sydney Gray shade, and make sure, because I went a little too high there. That was my fault.
Then you get to kind of play. So if you want to keep going neutral like I did on this eye, you can. Or you can use a color. You can use like a green, or you can use
Oh my gosh. Really? Was I really putting liquid eyeliner on my lower lash line?
Your outfit.
I hope not.
Contrasting colors with your outfit, or complementary, not contrasting, complementary colors with your outfit. Whatever you want. I'm going with
I still match my outfit all the time. I know a lot of people think that that's lame, but I do that all the time.
My regular black. This is Urban Decay's 24/7 liquid eyeliner in Perversion, but again, don't need the expensive stuff. You really don't. It really don't. It's nice. I mean, this is a great.
I don't use those kinds of liquid eyeliners anymore. They're the kinds that had like, you'll see in a second, like the brushy tip. So this was before Kat Von D's Tattoo Liner and Trooper, which kind of changed the game as far as brush tip eyeliners. So this one is the Perfect Point Liner by Makeup Maniacs that they sent me. So this is the one that I'm gonna use today, but let's see how I did it back then.
Great eyeliner, but it's really not necessary. NYX makes fabulous eyeliners, and I'll put the
next
price.
one is pretty good.
I think they're like $3. I mean, get a NYX one. NYX ones are amazing if you can get one. Okay, so let me see if I can do this on camera. I've never done my eyeliner on camera before, so hopefully this works out okay, because I don't want to start over, because this stuff stays on your eye and you cannot get it off if you mess up.
Story of my life.
All right. Might have to look in a mirror and just make sure I did that right. I think I just kind of missed the corner a little bit. Okay.
I was trying to use the phone. You know when you got the phone looking at you? Like, I was using my phone as a mirror this whole time. No wonder I look so busted.
Wing it out. How do people do this? These tutorials, I swear. You can kind of wing it out a little bit. If you want, I'll wing the other side.
Oh, that wing is pathetic.
Oop, hair's in the way.
My hair is all in the way. Oh my gosh,
is.
Jen.
Whoop. Kind of wing it up. And you want to point towards your eyebrow when you do that. And then last.
Well, that's true, towards the eyebrow, but that's a pathetic wing. That's it? That was it? Oh no, okay, all right, let me put my, that's not how I do it anymore. All right, so let me just show you. These pens are so much better than those things were. This is definitely an advancement in makeup. So I just go across, I mean, very similar to what I was doing. I just have more control now that I have a pen. And then I kind of pull my eye a little bit to make it a little more taut, since I'm like a little bit getting a little wrinkly. Make sure my hair is out of the way. And then I whoop. And then I triangle it out from my lid so that it's connected. That's it. Every time. Definitely come a long way with my wing. It's not fabulous, but it's better than it was. Actually, I'm looking at my lids. I kind of want to put a little more barb on. Throw a little bit of that. Make sure I really got that pink showing. I don't really see a lot of pink with this shade. It's more of like the iridescent, like greenish kind of shade that ends up popping. And I kind of like this over top of the liner too. I think it looks pretty. I don't know. Do I like it over top of the liner? Do you like it over top of the liner? I don't know. I think I'm going to put the liner back over top. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't want it to blend in. Okay. There you go. So now it's just got a little bit less. It's just not as intense of the color over top of the liner. But I think that looks pretty good. We'll see in another 8 years or whatever and see if I get any better. I don't know what mascara I was wearing, but it sucks. And I'm going, now I do a little more of the wiggling. This is the Essence Lash Princess Volume Mascara. This is one of my favorites. It's the peach one. I really like this one. So I usually kind of curl it and then I wiggle. I curl and then I wiggle. All right, still not as dramatic as when I put false lashes on, but it's good. It's good enough for this, and we're trying to make it kind of match. So normally if I was gonna film, I would put on false lashes, but this was supposed to be like an easy everyday thing, so I wouldn't have put on false lashes then either. I don't even think I'd ever put on false lashes when I filmed this video.
Oh, let's do something else. Let's make it fun. So
I'm always like, oh, let's make it more fun.
So I can show you how to add a pop color if you want to add a pop color. Again, you do not have to do this. Totally optional. Okay, so one thing you can do, and I'm going to use the smallest brush from my EcoTools eyeshadow kit, and I'm going to go in and add a pop of color. So I have all these eyeshadows. These are Urban Decay from the Book of Shadows 3. that was a horrible packaging, so I dug them out. I broke some of them in the process.
That's a Z
but I
palette.
dug them out of my palette because it was just a terrible box. And then the rest of these are Makeup Geek eyeshadows. Makeup Geek is a fellow YouTuber, so I bought a bunch of her eyeshadows and I love them.
Oh my god, that was the first Makeup Geek launch. Those shadows were brand new.
So I'm gonna go ahead
I bought
and
a lot
I'm
of
gonna
them, too.
use, what should we do today? Let's use Makeup Geek. Let's use green. I'm feeling very green. Let's use Apple Teeny. So there's Apple Teeny. And I'm just gonna
Green?
go in the bottom right here and just add some bright green to the bottom, just to kind of
I
give
went
it
all
that
the way
little bit
across.
of color.
Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do, instead of doing green, let's use the Ofra purple. So I'm gonna use this purple right here from their palette. And this is PR as well. And I'm just gonna bring that. Ooh, that's cute. I don't think I'm gonna bring it all the way across. Oh my gosh, that tight line is transferring like crazy. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing that. That's cute with the purple. I like that. And I think I'm gonna use a little bit of the center shade as well. This is the shade Neptune in the middle. It's like a purple highlighter. It's really cute. Ooh, I like that. That's fun. I'm gonna throw a little more over here because that's fun. I like that shade. Cute. It's very cute.
I never wear just neutral anymore because I'm just addicted to the color.
I'm addicted to color. And it's funny because if you watch the other videos that are around this time, addicted to color means I used like one shade that wasn't neutral.
Okay. And there it is. I don't know if you can see. Get closer. Oh, my eyes are huge when I do this. I hope you liked the tutorial. I hope I did okay. I've never done one of those before, so hope I did okay. Hope you liked it. And
You know, like looking at my eyeshadow look though, I mean, the funny part of this is it's so yellow, you really can't even see what colors they are because it's so incredibly yellow. I'm gonna go ahead just for the fun of it and color correct this video so we can see what it would have looked like if it wasn't yellow, just because I'm super curious and we can look together and see how it would have looked, or at least try to color correct it a little bit. You know what? I mean, if you look at this look, from a distance, it doesn't look that bad. I actually look kind of cute, but I think if I had used different techniques back then, I think that it would have been even more cute, but I don't think it looks bad. It just could look better kind of thing. And I think that as I get better at makeup, I think it's gonna get better and better, but I don't think it looks that bad. You did okay, Jen. You did okay, Jen from 8 years ago. You did all right.
subscribe. Subscribe. I need more subscribers. This is crazy. 9 subscribers. I need more subscribers than that. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell everybody. I'm not one of those people that'll go on other people's pages and say, check out my page, even though I've subscribed to people that way. I just don't want to be that girl, so.
Aww, sweet and innocent Jen. I don't want to go on pages and tell people to subscribe to my channel. I never did that. I was like, it doesn't work, number one, but I think that's really sweet that I was like, I don't want to spam. I don't be one of those spammy people.
Yeah, feel free to do that for me. All right. Mad love. I will see you next time. Maybe tomorrow. Who knows? I'm on a roll here. Maybe in a month.
I was home. I think I was home then. Yeah, I just had an infant at that time. So it was really hard to film when I had an infant. So the struggle was real, but.
I don't even know. But stay tuned and I will see you soon. Bye.
But yeah, I just loved YouTube. I loved YouTube and I wanted to come back. And it's funny because I said mad love. I actually said mad love on every single one of my old videos from my old channel too. It was like a thing. So we're gonna go ahead and zoom out for some final thoughts. All right, my friend, I would love to know what you think in the comments down below. I would love to know if you think, like, how much you thought I improved on my makeup skills, what you think I still need to improve. I know I'm not perfect. I still have lots of growth to do. I think I'm always going to have ways to grow. And I think as a person, as an artist, as any of those things, if you're not growing and learning, then you might as well just stop in general. No matter how talented someone is, I think everybody can always learn just a little bit more. So if you have any more suggestions suggestions for me. I would love to read those down in the comments below, because right now it is your turn in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness, where we help each other not to do crappy makeup or buy crap, and to buy things and do things that are totally worth it, time-wise and money-wise. So I'd love to hear you weigh in the comment section down below. And if you'd like to hang out a little bit longer, YouTube should be recommending a video for you right down there to watch. But if it is your time to go, no problem at all. Thank you for hanging out as long as you did, and mad love to you, and I will see you in a video very, very soon.